Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Okay, sir. So the question is, you've got, so that I understand, you have a surface-mounted door sweep mounted on the exterior. The door swings in, and then you've got the surface-mounted self-adhesive corner pads in the rabbet of the frame at the bottom of each jam.
Exactly, right,
Okay.
right. And that solves most of it, but it still invariably tries to leak right where the little corner pad, the stick-on corner pad, where it meets the threshold, and I've even ran a little caulk there. But, you know, the fact that well, like you had talked about the energized, I guess, or the spring-loaded, the mortise type sweeps, you know, they all, like mine, they all seal against the threshold top very well. It's just, you know, the fact that you can't get that seal all the way out to the jam, you always get that little crack in there that corner pad is supposed to address. But it always seems to just wick around. You know, I had seen, I think it's Milgard, and I don't know about Marvin, or somebody else, they make actually an in-swing door, but the jam, or the door stop, is like an outswing. So it has a face seal all around. It actually has weep holes down in it. I didn't know if there's some aftermarket similar type threshold to that, or have you ever seen something like that maybe? Or
It's not ringing a bell.
Oh, okay. Because they seem to, when I looked at one in their factory showroom, and you can picture it'd be just like an outswing, except it swings in. So you get a full perimeter face, like a face seal, but to keep the water from running back in your house, it's a little trough in the extrusion with weep holes, which looked really clever. But
are you talking
aftermarket
the threshold itself?
The threshold itself, yeah.
Oh,
It actually
okay.
has
So the weep hole principle is got to be decades old. I mean,
right.
Weep hole thresholds you're going to have on interlocking thresholds.
Well, this was not an interlocking. It was like, if you could picture like a refrigerator seal, you know, it's a full perimeter seal. And that's what they were doing. It was an in-swing door, but it would butt up, it would shut against the door stops, all four sides, not just the three sides. And when you open the door to keep the water from just rushing back inside the house, it had a trough on the inboard portion and weep holes back out.
Very common, very typical.
Yeah, I'm sorry?
It's very common, very typical. I don't see how
okay.
that solves your... We're talking about trying to seal the extreme corners of the door, are we not?
Yes, sir. Correct. Right.
Okay.
So when you say that's common, is there an aftermarket threshold that you sell like that?
Yeah. Any threshold, not any, but any threshold that's taller than about 3/4 inch, that's an interlock, is going to have a weep hole concept adapted to it. Now let's talk about that after we solve the leaking, the seeping problem on the exterior, on the outside corners of the door.
Okay.
When you use an automatic door bottom, a mortise style,
correct,
the projection of the projection of the seal coming out of the hinge side of the door, you can leave that long so that it really compresses and makes contact with the jam.
Okay, I visualize that. Correct. Okay, right. Yeah, because you don't trip over, you don't see it out there, or in the hinge portion. Okay.
So now the question is, how do you do it on the lock side?
Right. Yeah.
Well, the way that automatic door bottoms work is that when that drop bar comes down, well, you have to be sure that you order one that does this.
Okay.
When that drop bar comes down, it doesn't drop straight down. It comes down on an angle. So that housing is tucked, when the drop bar is tucked back up into the housing, let's say the projection of this neoprene seal, let's say neoprene, is X. Okay. But when you extend it, it's no longer X, it's now Y, because the drop bar comes down on an angle cheating towards the strike jam.
Right. But whatever amount you cheated on the hinge side, now you lost back though, right?
No, sir, because you left it so long on the hinge side that it's super compressed.
Oh, okay.
You're going to leave it super compressed on one side and, just sticking out far enough so that it's not a hazard of touching the face of the strike jam.
Right. And the timing works out so that as it approaches the hinge
Sure.
side and it starts compressing, it's dropping at about the same point, I guess, the timing-wise, right? And
Well, and plus the drop bar doesn't drop evenly. It drops down
Yeah.
as a scissors edge would. So it's not only falling down unevenly, it's also coming down at an angle.
Oh, okay. I think I'm picturing that because I always pictured it just as a guillotine, which I said, okay, well, it's still great, but I didn't realize it had the swing action like a.
Yeah, but now take your guillotine and you're thinking just vertical.
I thought it was just spring loaded up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, but now take that same concept and just cheat it to the side a little bit, the last few degree of closing, and that's how those work.
Oh, okay. So you would literally leave say a quarter inch or more on that hinge side? And
no,
maybe not that much,
definitely not nearly that much. No,
not
sir.
that much. Like an eighth inch or?
Well, I would leave it on the hinge side. I would test that. Well, what the factory's going to tell you when you get the door bottom, don't trim the hinge side at all. So they've determined that. I don't know what the magic.
Oh, okay.
Be a quarter inch.
I got you. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was already established there.
Yep.
Okay. Now, on that style, I would have to mortise that in, obviously, because I don't have enough distance. There's not like a U-shaped something or other that would attach, right? Because you obviously need, I guess you need the depth in that mortise to house all this, right?
Yeah, they do need to be mortised. I mean, you could do a surface mount version as well because they do somewhat operate in the same fashion. But I'm really not a fan of that idea. Oh,
okay. Which means I would have to cut more of the door bottom off to accommodate that, I guess, anyway.
Yeah,
but
you're really not.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I sort of don't like that either. I don't mind mortising it in there. So, okay. Well, I'm on your site right now. Let me look and make sure I'm at the right spot to look at these. I see. Are they under your weather stripping or stops? Probably. I don't see it on.
Let's take a look. Let's see what we can do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I asked because this may just do it. No, it wasn't so bad except I put new carpet in some of these applications, and I don't want to. It used to just wick in there just a little bit, but it would wick under like a sponge. It's like, man.
Oh yeah. Where are you located? What part of the country?
Well, I'm in Southern California. And we just had, the reason this came up is because, I don't know if you saw in the news, we just had, for us, torrential rains.
Yeah.
Just washing down, it's dry here, so it's, dusty, so we wash, people wash this stuff down a lot, and when you wash it down, it actually squirts more water in than rain sheeting down would, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's always mystified me, the logic that some people use when they literally put a hose onto their door.
I know, exactly. Yeah. Well, these are rentals, and luckily people try to keep them clean. But, you blast the water and trying to just hose off your patio, and, there comes the water.
Here's a good part number, 522N as in November.
Okay. That's it.
That's click on the first one that comes up. Just.
Okay. Let me hit go. Okay. Oh, Oh, and then they're all different links, obviously. Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? I don't like that one. Click, search 422N.
Okay.
Want something with a solid neoprene sponge seal in the end.
Oh, I see. It's not like a wiper, like a finned wiper. This is actually a solid. Okay. And that's like a neoprene, like a car door weather strip. I mean, it's still spongy, right?
Yeah. Yes, to both.
Oh, okay. Wow, these look like they just may work. Okay. And these look all the same, I guess, different part numbers for different lengths I'm looking at here?
Just the length changes.
Okay.
So when you get that item pulled up, on the lower right-hand side is going to be a link to a document called Product Brochure that'll show you some variations. Then there's also, you see the map of the United States on the right-hand side?
Let's see, I'm actually on the product page.
Does it say Buy Now on the right-hand side?
It says Add to Cart.
Okay. Look below that, about 4 inches, map of the United States.
Oh, yeah, I see the map. I see the map now, yeah.
to the left of that, click More from National Guard Products, and that will allow you to open up their full catalog. And then you can see all of the different variants that they have.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Yeah, let me study these today, and I'm sure I'm going to try this. This looks real promising. Yeah, I think it'll finally address that problem now that you told me I could add some compression in there. Yeah, because otherwise, for the life of me, I couldn't visualize that at all. So.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, and then as far as the that other one that I was describing to you, like I saw in the mill guard threshold, I was thinking about even trying to use just like a outswing threshold of some sort, but it still didn't have any. I couldn't find any with weep holes in them. So if I ran it backwards on an in-swing door, I still would have water running in when I opened the door. So that I could just not figure out, to go that route.
Well, you see the profile of threshold, and then and we can look at what that would be. Might be something. I'm waiting for my catalog to load. Other thing while I'm waiting for the catalog to load is that you might want to consider ordering a pan as well. It's nothing other than a very thin piece of aluminum or brass sheet metal, and it's intended to help preserve the sill so that whatever water does get underneath there is not compromising the substructure.
Oh, right, exactly, right. Yeah, and I don't think, I think most of these that I'm working on don't have any sill pan whatsoever. I mean, it's literally just decking and, caulked on threshold bottom, and that's pretty much it on these guys. But
part number, see the concept, 484 Bravo Romeo, 484 BR.
Are you a pilot?
No, but the phonetic,
you're using like the
phonetic works. Yeah,
the Phoenician alphabet for pilots. You're using the right letters because people use different ones, but so far those are all aviation ones. So I thought maybe you're a pilot.
Yeah, I got pulled over one time, and the police asked me to recite the alphabet. Well, I figured, let me impress the guy that I'm not I've not been drinking and driving. He did not find it funny, and I says, my God. Calm down, guy.
Then he's like,
Jeez.
Can you spell Jail?
Yeah, well, they don't play. You know why? Because I'm in Illinois. So.
Okay, let's see. So I see this one.
Now, imagine the backside of the trough on the left side of the picture.
Right.
So you would drill that weep hole right in the crotch of that area.
Yeah.
And then the right side of the picture where you've got that elegant feature to it, you would take that threshold and literally take a mill file and just hit it about 20 times. File that, not even 20.
Yeah.
But file that. You do that 2 or 3 times down the length of it. That's the weep hole principle. But then imagine that piece of sheet metal underneath there that would act as a pan.
Correct, right. And we're seeing the same thing here, right? Because the right side is the exterior in this case.
Yes, sir. Right side.
Okay, for my application. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Right in the right hand, that right angle corner inside that. Just weep it right out of that. That's pretty clever. Yeah, that's actually, that may work too. Okay,
they've been doing that for decades.
Yeah, I just couldn't find any anywhere locally, just trying to look at what they sell, but until I got online, and I didn't even see this one on there. Yeah, this is promising too. Now this one that one that you just showed me here, is that part in price just for the threshold, or does that include the?
That's only the concept. I happened to find a piece of solid brass threshold. Only concept.
Oh yeah, because this one's real pricey. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's $9 a foot.
Okay. But I'm sure they come in extruded aluminum, probably.
$10 a foot. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Oh, that's more like. Oh, okay. Well, I saved those two. I'm gonna read up on both of these here around lunch and pick something. But both of those look a lot better than what I'm using. So, yeah. Okay.
I do a bit of assistance.
Yeah, I sure appreciate your help there, and I'll get back with you guys when I pick something out here. And I can order just straight from you guys. I don't have to find a distributor or something, right?
No, we are distributors. Yeah, either on the phone or on the website.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay. Well, thanks again. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.